Hello everyone and welcome to my power rankings for week number 3 of BB28. So this week features not nearly as much movement as the first 2 weeks, which makes sense because as we get deeper into the season we're going to see less and less movement. There are a couple of people who did move quite a bit for obvious reasons, but yeah, there are actually a pretty good amount of players who are in the same position as they were last week. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and dive right into it here. Again, going from 17 all the way to 1. So, kicking things off at number 17 is, of course, Ashley. Not too much to say here. She was evicted week 1. Didn't get to compete in anything really, so she's still number 17. Doesn't change. And then at number 16 is still Rome. He was evicted last week, so again, not too much to say here. He was my favorite coming into the house, but so I am sad to see him leave so soon. But yeah, he was evicted last week. He does end up staying 16. Now, this is where things get a little bit interesting. So coming in at number 15, down 11 spots from last week, is Jason. So Jason was evicted last night unanimously, which is not really that surprising. Now, Jason, the reason why I say this is interesting is because even though he's been evicted, he could end up moving up in the power rankings because he does have the blockbuster win and the special comp win as well. So there are certain people who, if they're evicted soon in the game, they could fall below Jason, which is kind of, it feels weird to say, but Jason is number 15 right now, down 11 spots, and just his social game, his mouth, it got him in trouble big time. He is a comp beast, everyone knows that, right? But yeah, he kind of destroyed his own game. He said he was gonna, basically trying to pit the trios against each other. He said he was gonna go after the returning players and all that, and he just got himself into trouble. He was causing chaos in the house, banging pots and all this and that, and probably not a good idea. So, yeah, Jason's number 15, and you can't really argue it at this point. So, yeah. So coming in at number 14, down 1 spot from last week, is Taylor. So Taylor is, shall we say, a floater. I have nothing against Taylor. I like her, but she hasn't done anything in the game. She did survive the eviction block once. She was nominated once. She has only voted for the evicted house guest once, which was actually last night with the Jason vote. So yeah, out of everyone in the house, there's a few other people she's tied with in terms of points, like how I do my point system. But yeah, she just hasn't done anything. She hasn't won anything. And I don't think she's in a bad spot in the house necessarily, but yeah, I feel like you can't really argue her being number 14, so that's where I have her. Coming in at number 13, up 1 spot from last week, so these two people basically flip-flopped here. I've got Angela at number 13, kind of the same thing. I mean, she hasn't won anything. The reason why she's a little bit higher is because she has voted for the evicted house guest all 3 weeks, right? So that's going to bump her up a little bit, but I'm still not the biggest fan of her. I never will be. I've made that very clear, but yeah, Angela, number 13, and I couldn't really maybe you could have her a little bit higher. I would say maybe as high as 10, but definitely not higher than 10, but I would say like from 10 to 14, you could probably put those in almost any order you want, but I got her at 13 for this week. So then, coming in at number 12, staying at number 12, is Haley. So Haley, like Angela, they got the same line. Hasn't won anything. Again, she also has voted for the evicted house guest all 3 weeks, but she's not number 12. She's this low because she hasn't won anything, right? And again, I'm trying to prioritize winning when it comes to the power rankings, which I think makes sense. So yeah, Haley, I don't think she's in really that bad of a spot. She's in a good alliance there. And there's a lot of people. There is somebody who moved up. Well, 2 people moved up quite a bit this week. And again, if any of these people, like near the bottom of the power rankings, if they win HOH, they're going to skyrocket way up the power rankings, right? That's just how it works. So, yeah, Haley is number 12. So then coming in at number 11 and staying at number 11 is Barrett. So Barrett, same thing. He hasn't won anything. He has voted for the evicted house guest all 3 weeks. And I think he's in a pretty good spot too. Like I feel like you could argue 10 through 14 in almost any order. I do like Barrett. I hope he goes far. And I don't think he's in really that bad of a spot, to be honest. So I got him at number 11, but you could have him maybe one spot higher. But yeah, he's number 11. So now coming in at number 10, down 2 spots from last week, is Drew. Now, Drew has the same line as well, right? He hasn't won anything. He has also voted for the evicted house guest all 3 weeks. Now, Drew, you could maybe argue him a little bit lower. He's making me kind of nervous because he is still my pick to win. I'm not going to change it. But he started saying some stuff. They showed a little bit during last night's episode. So I'm like, Drew, what are you doing? What are you doing? Because of that, maybe you could have him. I could argue him a bit lower possibly, but I still think he's in a pretty good spot in the house, even with that. We'll see what happens, I guess, in the next episode, which is Sunday, but I still think he's in a pretty good spot. He is at number 10. Really, it's only because 2 people had a good week this week, so that's why he drops. So then, coming in at number 9, also down 2 spots, is Melody. So Melody, she didn't have a bad week, but she drops because, again, a couple people had a good week, right? So Melody, she survived the eviction block once. She has voted for the evicted house guest twice. She was nominated once as well, but she's kind of, I think she's in a decent spot now. I know she was pretty low in the first week, but I think she's in a pretty okay spot. Yeah. Just there's so much that can happen, right? Like if any of these people, again, from like anywhere from like 8 or 9 to 14, if they win HOH, then they're gonna skyrocket way up the power rankings. So yeah, Melody is number 9 for this week. Coming in at number 8, up 2 spots from last week, is Latrice. So Latrice, even though she has not won anything, the reason why she moves up is because she survived the eviction block. So looking at it right now, she has the exact same line as Melody. So they have the same points. So survived the eviction block, voted for the evicted house guest twice because she was on the block last night, of course, so she's not voting. So yeah, her and Melody, they got the same amount of points. I figured Latrice should probably be a bit higher than Melody because I think people just like her more in general, and I think she's in a better spot. And I don't think anyone's going after her at all. I really don't. And I think Latrice is also in a pretty good spot. I really do. It just, like, Jason was the biggest target by far, no question. But now it's like, with him gone, I don't even know who the biggest target would be, to be honest. We're going to have to wait and see what happens, right? So then, coming in at number 7, down 1 spot from last week, is Chuck. So Chuck, he does have that special comp win. He has voted for the evicted house guest all 3 weeks, and I think he's in a really good spot. I do really like him. He's still 7th, which is pretty high. I have not heard his name thrown out at all. I don't think anybody is going after him at all, even the slightest. I think he's in a really good spot, and I could see him going far in this game. He's remained near the top throughout the first 3 weeks. So yeah, I think Chuck's in a really good spot, and he could move up, especially if he wins HOH, right? So we'll see what happens. So then, coming in at number 6, I am so happy about this one. Coming in at number 6, up 9 spots from last week, is Lyric. So Lyric moves up 9 spots because she won the veto. And I'm so happy about that because, again, I've made it very clear, she is my favorite out of the girls. Probably my favorite in general, honestly, at this point. So yeah, that veto win, that makes her skyrocket, right? And also, she has voted for the evicted house guest all 3 weeks. She has been nominated twice as well, which, I mean, that doesn't really factor into how I do my points, but I could honestly have her one spot higher, probably, maybe, but yeah, right now she's 6. I still feel like she has a bit of a bigger target on her than the person ahead of her, which we'll get to in a second, but yeah, Lyric is our biggest mover, positive, 9 spots this week, and I'm so happy about that. So then, coming in at number 5, staying at number 5 this week is Yosh. So Yosh has the same amount of points as Lyric. And again, we could probably have Lyric one spot higher maybe, but I just feel like Yosh is in a better spot in the house, personally. So, and Yosh has been nominated just once, whereas Lyric has been nominated twice, so that's another thing I factored in as well. So Yosh has also he voted for the evicted house guest. I'll get it right. Yosh has voted for the evicted house guest all 3 weeks as well, and he does have the blockbuster win as well. So yeah, I was kind of concerned about him after that first week being nominated right away, but I think he's in a pretty good spot right now. I really do. So then, coming in at number 4, up 5 spots from last week, is the current HOH, or I guess now outgoing HOH, Kamu. So Kamu moves up 5 spots because he won HOH, right? It's the biggest power in the game. You could maybe argue him one spot higher, but I do think the person in third probably deserves to be there. We'll get to them in a second, but I think Kamu, I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about his standing in the house right now, because like the Tea Party shenanigans with Jason and all that, I kind of wish he didn't do that. I don't think it was necessary, because like Jason was already the biggest target before that, right? But he wanted to go in guns a-blazing and just blow up Jason's game completely, which he did. But I feel like that might have put a target on himself as well, so I kind of worry about that in the coming weeks. But he's still 4th because of the HOH win, right? And he has voted for the evicted house guest twice. He didn't vote last night, of course, because he is the HOH. And yeah, we'll see how he does moving forward. I do like him. I do hope he goes far. So yeah, he is number 4, and yeah, he moves up 5 spots. So then, coming in at number 3, staying at number 3, is Mallory. So how about Mallory? Mallory is proving to be quite the competitor here. So she won Veto. She's got the blockbuster win as well. Well, she won the blockbuster last night, I should say, but she has the veto from the other week as well. 2 comp wins. She was nominated twice, and she has voted for the evicted house guest twice as well. So you can maybe argue her below Kamu, but I put Mallory ahead of him because I just feel like she's in a better spot, and she does have more comp wins than Kamu, and I just don't think Kamu's in maybe the best spot in the house right now. So yeah, Mallory, I'm very happy for her. I was happy last night during the live stream when she won Blockbuster, and yeah, she's got 2 comp wins, and not too many people can say they've won 2 comps. Just taking a quick glance here, the only people who have won more than 1 comp is her, Jason, and somebody else who we'll get to in a minute here. That's it. So Mallory is at number 3. Then coming in at number 2, staying at number 2, is D. So D, I think D is in a great spot, and I didn't think I'd be saying this about a returning Survivor player, but I think she's in a really, really good spot in the house. And like her and Devins, I mean, spoiler alert, we know who number 1 is still, but her and Devins, they're kind of running the game right now. They are running the game right now, and it's been fun to watch. So D does have the HOH win. She did also vote for the evicted house guest twice, and I don't think she's a target. I really don't. Like, she's in a really, really good spot. But this is Big Brother. Things can change on a dime. You just never know, right? So D is number 2 again this week. And then coming in at number 1, still number 1, is, of course, Devins. He had a huge week, right? He won HOH and Veto. Nobody else has won HOH and Veto, right? Plus, he got the Diamond Power of Veto from the BB Time Capsule, which doesn't factor into how I do my rankings, but his point total is still the highest. He has also voted for the Evicted Houseguest twice, and I think he's in a really good spot. I really do. But yeah, that week 2 that he had where he won HOH and Veto, I mean, he had a dominant week, and yeah, I can't justify not having a number 1 still, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm pretty happy with the list. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what the biggest surprise is to you. And going back down to Jason at number 15, it is interesting how we could see him, like, he could end up moving up because, like, for example, if just gonna throw this out there, but let's say Haley gets evicted next week, right? She would end up moving below Jason. So based off how I'm just looking at my points right now, I would say there's a pretty good chance Jason will end up moving up at some point, which is weird to say because he's evicted, but that's just how the point system works, right? So yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. There are my power rankings for week 3. And the thing that I'm the happiest about, obviously, is Lyric moving up 9 spots from 15 to 6, which is just, I'm very happy about that. But yes, let me know, guys, how you think, or what you think of the power rankings, and how are you enjoying the season so far. I think it's been pretty entertaining, and yeah, we'll see what happens next week for the next power rankings, and yeah. So next video will be on Sunday after the HOH episode, so we will see who gets the power next week. Alright guys, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.